Liberia is on the rising. The theme song that introduces this show. So when the team returns on the radio like this one, the public is in tune and everyone depends upon us to give you factual, cogent, and up-to-date information, news and information. Liberia should be mourning, but now has the government declared a national mourning hour? I don't know about that, but what I know is that the president has expressed sympathy with the bereaved family or to the bereaved family, and health authorities are reporting that at least we're claiming up to at least 50 persons gradually death toll. Now I saw the video where negligence. Liberia is on the rise, and we use this time to call on all those who are bereaved, especially some family members in total. We say our hearts are up with you, and sorry for what happened. Well, we can't blame it on anyone, but you can see the video and clearly see or safely say negligence and disrespect to the rule of law. When the policeman stops you, stop, 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 stop. My goodness, this is so pathetic to see. Yes, some bodies are not identifiable at all. In fact, as a matter of fact, officials say they have buried them in mass grave. And some of those brought down to Monrovia at various health centers, 14 military, Phoebe, EOWA, JFK, they're reporting death as well. So the chief medical officer of the Republic, Dr. Francis Kete, was just on the news and analysis and said, well, we expect the death toll to reach up to 50 plus because those who were brought to the hospital for treatment are equally giving of the ghost. My co-presenter is here, dressed in military, somewhat trouser, and it's like today is a unique day for her. She's going to be the center of attraction at a ceremony there in Painesville. Here in Painesville. Madeline, good afternoon. How are you?
Yeah. Good afternoon to you. I
I'm
like
good.
your cap. I like your shirt.
Thank you.
It's like you're ready for sports today.
Yeah, Norfolk County.
Why?
I mean, Norfolk County. The shirt, T-shirt on me.
Oh, because I thought you're still on the whole county league.
No,
It has been
no,
postponed.
it's postponed.
Yeah.
And mhm.
Yeah, so good afternoon to our listeners and viewers as well. It's good to be back this afternoon. Yes, it's good to be back. Yes, still extend our condolences to the bereaved families of those who were involved in that accident that took place on Monday, Tuesday, right? Tuesday afternoon. Yeah, Tuesday the evening hours of Tuesday. I think it was around 4 to 5 or so. But it's it's so pathetic. I can just imagine that even sometimes when we're cooking, I don't know whether you cooked the last time you cooked, I don't know how many years ago, but those of us who cook, I have stove. I sometimes use the stove. And then growing up as a child, we use wood. Even up to now, still use coal. Even that, just sometimes you have to use a stove. You know what it means for you to step on fire. Yes, yeah, you know what it means to step on fire. Using wood, using coal, and then it drop from the coal pot, and you place your leg on it or any part of your body. You know what happens to you. Sometimes you're not to yourself, and then you just imagine what happened to our fellow citizens, our fellow Liberians, our brothers and sisters who die in the process. But yesterday I was asking a few questions, and but just got to know I mean, we were talking about it happening in other countries. Yes, happening in Sierra Leone, happening in Nigeria. Yes, I think Ghana as well. But the same incident that happened on Tuesday happened in Ogun State, where people went to collect the same thing, and the number of people who died, well, approximately, I think the BBC was reporting 700.
Yeah, because of their population, and
Yes.
no matter where it takes place,
Yes, and
everything is just about negligence.
yes.
Negligence.
So because I was actually, getting angry, why, my own people will have to get themselves involved with that. And I was asking you, did it happen in other countries? Yes, but did people go there? Yeah, it happened in Nigeria as well. So it's a sad one. I think we need more education, because I was trying to allude it to something else, but we need more education on these things. And knowing fully well that our population is around 6 million, less than 6 million, 5.2 approximately. And then we have the number of people who have died. 2019, we have people who, die in a Ebola crisis. Just imagine, and people are here taking contraceptive. You see, these are all things that we have to be looking at.
It is wrong to do contraceptive.
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's right. But most often, brand artists will call and say, "Why?" Because with our population needs to grow. So yeah, I have to try. Yeah, we have to. We gotta be on a serious note. I was really thinking about this morning. Just imagine the number of people who died.
So let's go lease the road.
Eh?
Let's go lease the road.
Yeah, but on a serious note, I mean, our population, we're too small. I mean, countries right in Africa, let's right Nigeria, a state. The population of a state in Nigeria is almost like ours. In the US as well. Yes. So our population is so small, and we have to really, I mean, we can protect ourselves, but there are some things we can prevent. There are some things we can prevent from happening. So it's
okay.
good.
So
Yeah.
Today is anti-drug hour.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we had to adjust downward time because of some commitment we have, an ongoing discussion on electricity and stuff like that. We got individuals who say they got solution to Liberia's electricity problem, and
they want to head the LEC?
No, not necessarily heading the LEC, but to proffer solution. There are some people who don't want a job, but they want a proffer solution.
Yeah,
as a matter of fact, LEC is on record now to have announced power, how do you call it? Not ocean it, but what's the word I was just using, man?
Outage?
Yeah, minimize distribution of power at the rate you don't want it, but you have to because of the situation at the Mad Coffee. So we'll discuss that later on.
Okay.
And yes, so but something is happening. Something is happening. The president has appointed the justice minister under his administration to serve as associate justice. Now that his honor, Joseph Nagwe has called for early retirement. It's like things were in the making that the justice minister goes to the Supreme Court as one of the associate justices, and the debate is wild all in town. And on this platform you can get the in and out of it, the do's and don'ts, the pros and cons of it. And we'd like to invite you in a jiffy to give you the first thing. Let me tell you, the president did not violate any constitution. The president did not violate the constitution. He is still the constitution. He's still the president of the republic. And remember now, he swore to defend the constitution. The appointment of Musa Din is not in violation of the constitution. Let me make that clear.
But
it is not in violation of the constitution, but it seems to be in violation of his own moratorium that he issued. And I will read that one portion of it. His own moratorium that he issued seems to be violated because he placed hot on promotion, appointments, and employment. From Justice Ministry to the Supreme Court, it is a promotion, of course. It is a promotion. From Justice Ministry to the Supreme Court. So, since there is no promotion, Christine, I'm on the radio, sorry, I'll call you back. Since there's no promotion, according to the president, why did the president appoint his justice minister to fill in the seat at the Supreme Court as one of the associate justices? Where did it happen? It happened in the United States. In 2016, nearly 1 year to Obama exit from the White House, he appointed an appeal court judge to fill the vacancy at the Supreme Court after the death of an associate justice. After the death of an associate justice, when Obama appointed Merrick Garland, Obama had 293 days to turn over power. 293 days to turn over power when he appointed Merrick Garland, a Washington appeal court judge. What happened? The Republicans in the Republican-controlled Senate refused to open confirmation hearing for Judge Garland, and the appointment expired without occupying that seat. When Donald Trump took over, he appointed as a Republican president. He appointed, the rule of law, their jurisprudence, the judges. They don't associate with political parties. So, but Donald Trump, as a Republican president, oh my goodness, as a Republican president, appointed another person, and that person was confirmed because of the controlling nature of the Supreme Court. I mean, not Supreme Court, but the Senate by the Republican. So let's bring it to Liberia. 100 or 293 days to go, Obama versus George Weah. 29 days to go, from the 24th to the 22nd, 24th of December to the 20th. I saw the letter is dated December 20th. 29 days to go versus 293 days to go. But the big question here is, does the CDC have majority in the Senate to go ahead with this confirmation hearing? Why, in the first place, should the president see burdened to a point at this crucial time where he's cooperating with the transfer of power? Here we go. Let me read this one to you.
It's opening?
No, it's not opening.
You mean the document this morning from the chat?
Yes.
Okay, let me get it from you there. I think you can see it from yeah.
Okay.
It's one, right?
Here's it. I'll go to number 2 or number 4.
Okay.
All new employment and service contracts across government institutions are hereby suspended. There shall be no promotion and salaries increase during this transitional period. That's a moratorium coming from the executive mansion. As a matter of fact, I went on the mansion website just before I came on air. I don't know whether it's there now. The president's appointment of the Justice Minister to the Supreme Court is still not on the executive mansion website. What an ineffective office. The mansion is supposed to be announcing that we can't find it, but we are reading it in newspapers, on social media. So the president said no promotion until otherwise or during the transitional period, but they have promoted his justice minister. Will the justice minister be confirmed, or will there be a confirmation hearing? How many senators are there for the CDC? Do they have a quorum to carry on? Or are they going to play a deaf ear or a blind eye on the president's nomination until the new president takes over, like it happening in America? So I'm bringing America because everything we want to carry to America, America, they won't get happen in America. They won't get happen in America. So the precedent is set in America. Yes, it's not strange. As I said, in my opening, Mr. Weir has not violated the Constitution. He seems to have violated his own moratorium. Yeah. Because that line, he did not leave in a window of opportunity for himself that he can do it, except others, where he said, until otherwise advised by the president.
Yeah.
So, as I said, President Weir did not violate the Constitution, and it is his constitutional right to appoint. But let's see whether the Senate that we know for a very long time, who appointed or who confirmed a non-Liberian in a position of trust, can go ahead to open confirmation hearings. Let me repeat myself. Let's see whether this Senate that we know, who opened a confirmation hearing for a non-Liberian 2 times, one at the Governance Commission and the last one that blew alarm at the National Elections Commission. I'm talking about Wamboduke. Where did he pass through? The Senate. Can we trust this Senate? Well, it is the judgment of the Liberian people, not me, not us. But when we talk conclusively, I am a Liberian, and now I don't have the ethical, what I want to say, ethically, I can't sit here to say I don't trust this Senate. It is you, the Liberian people. How can we avoid some of these things? And I was just talking with a representative-elect before we came on. How can we avoid some of these? Why if we have a law called transitional law? Transitional law. That at a certain point in time after the election and the new president or the winner is announced and it is not the incumbent should be barred from making some appointment that will last even further in the new administration. What a smart way to prevent some of these things. Transitional law. Well, the president can appoint a minister because he serves at the will and pleasure of the president. When the president is leaving office, the minister, you don't have an option, you have to leave. But unlike this one, this is a retirement position. Even the incoming president, except for cause, but cannot remove this action that the president has taken, the outgoing president has taken. And if it goes through confirmation and commissioning, well, it is written in stone. You cannot remove him, except for cause. So, what's the best way out? Can any of these lawmakers, incoming lawmakers, present a draft bill or law to call it a transitional law? And I was just talking to Mr. Benedict before we came on, and he was one of those who bought this idea. Unless this law can be passed into, this bill can be passed into law or proposed, well, we have to live with it. We have to live with it. Mr. President is not in violation. But for me, analytically, if I sit here and tell you I would safely say I don't think the president should have burdened himself with this one. Let sleeping doll lies. But you look at the transition, calling for early retirement at the Supreme Court. In the jiffy, an appointment is made. Some people are saying that it was a deal struck. Don't get me wrong, I'm one of those who supported this justice minister, especially when the Solicitor General was very disrespectful to him. He remained professional to the extent that some hardcore seditionists were referring to him as opposition within the CDC-led government. Yes. I have absolutely nothing against him, and I should not have anything against him. He's a professional man. But in my opinion, if I were to advise, the legal advisor, that which I know I'm not, I would have advised the president, man, let the man retire early. Let Justice Nagbe retire early. Let that be the burden of Joe, as Joe comes in. Because where we are now, the Senate, they're better switch down. Some people are leaving. Some people are placed on sanction, and they're not going to exercise their muscles all over the place. Mike Gibby, for example, the 2 senators are sanctioned. Not going to flex muscle in our place. I don't know whether my Gibeons know that their 2 senators are sanctioned by the world's most powerful country.
The people are aware. They are planning to protest. Yeah, at the inauguration. Is it inauguration? Yes. No, let it leave us so we can have our inauguration. Yeah, they are planning to have a peaceful one.
Peaceful, no, but it shouldn't be to our inauguration. Let it do it in the county. I'm warning you that Emmanuel Degler and Emmett Hammer, please have your demonstration there, not here.
I beg you, Emmanuel Degler is, your picky, of course, is station manager. So he's not part of it, but he may be covering the program, the protest.
So I want you to use his platform to
disabuse the minds.
The minds of my
the people, their minds are fixed. So when they,
we're having a very simple inauguration. We're not leaving from there and we'll start opening Hennessy XO and stuff like that. No. Job starts right there. Right there.
Please, forget acting.
No.
Stop acting. Yeah. Anytime people try to, I know very well Ambassador Boyka is, I know the route he's taking. He wanted so simple and stuff. But I know they United Party people.
But it's not going to be government sponsored. You want to go get yourself boost up? That's your business.
But I know it's not going to be, because I can remember the last inaugural board I attended. It was really a bore. So why is he looking at me? What you
been attending inaugural boards? Yeah. Inaugural board. I swear, my people.
Yeah. So I beg.
So you all been pretending along here that you've been attending these high-profile programs here. So which are the inaugural board now?
So why are you trying to put me on?
Because he told me, say you don't carry away by these fanfare program and stuff like that.
No, please. I'm selectively social. I don't attend all of the programs. Even I'm a school at AMU. Whereas over the state at AMU, not to be bragging about it, I never attended a night program at AMU. Yes.
But you attend one tonight.
Yes, I choose to do it.
If I had a time in my favor, I'm going to stay to see you on the stage, but it's going to be late. And it's not safe for me to be here.
It's actually not my first time, the microphone.
No, I'm saying I wanted to see you perform. Yeah, perform on the stage.
Yeah. But the last time I was there to do I collaborated with O'Neill at the Orange Heritage Program. It was actually wonderful. That was the last time, I think maybe 3-4 months ago. But it's gonna be good.
So I'll catch it online.
Yeah, I'm going to be there with Victor from Punch FM. I pass there this afternoon, and the folks are working, setting up. Okay. So they actually, I will actually be outside tonight. My dresses are so beautiful.
Yeah, just be on the safe side, man. Yeah.
No, please, Ansu and the rest of the team, please entertainment award. My security and everything should be your son. One bodyguard to me, please.
They need to.
They need to, right?
Vehicle. Yes, to.
No, forget it. I will. No. I will get on back. Let me get on back.
No,
I will get on back.
You rode back this afternoon, all through running from up. From the program to the house.
No, I will get on back. Nobody should worry about me for any car business. I know how to make it simple. The last time I was attending a program, the RAL inauguration, and then fine dress, nice hair, and then a friend coming from the US. And I was on, say, Magdalene, how you doing? Where you going? I said, I'm attending a program. And the person just started laughing at me. You won't tell me you in that kind of nice clothes and you're going to, I said, what's wrong with that? That's why I can afford for now. And I feel comfortable. I even want to go find a keke to get in. So I'm ready. That's not my, issue right now. Those who get a car, let them pull a car. Whatever I can get to transport myself right to Peaceville, Town Hall, whether buy keke or whatever, I will be there and I want to have a wonderful time. So yes, thanks again to all those of you on our invitation at the Prayer Move Mountain Ministries. The Christmas Xmas program, it was really wonderful.
For the first time in 3 years, I didn't receive invitation. First time in 3 years.
Yeah.
I didn't receive
when I said Loma Menfo, I said I
didn't receive invitation.
Right near me.
And I sat at home and really brain with me. Today I'm the one not being invited.
Lord,
yeah,
my people. OP invitation.
We call OP. I don't want supposed to be receiving OP invitation.
But we did not have special invitation. We had special invitations there. Okay, let me apologize. Sorry. Sorry, but most of the invites were done right here. And also on Facebook. I posted the invitation and then I also tag you. So it means that I invited you for the program. So you can also go there and see that I tag you. Usually when people tag people in or post, they want you to know that, they want you to see it. They want you to know very well what the post is all about. So later I want to rest. I apologize. So thank you so much. The program was really wonderful. All of the groups involved, all of you who talk up your time. Practicing is not easy. Sometimes it's 2 months practicing. Yeah, to get the folks sleeping at the church, sleepless nights, the too much of sacrifices. Really appreciate. And also the Peaceville Entertainment Award, which my boy just talked about, 2023, 2024. Peaceville Entertainment Awards is tonight. We're going to be there and having a wonderful time. I will be outside tonight. It's not my first time being outside. I will be outside tonight. And then the legislative staffers training is coming up in January from the 11th to the 13th of January. So it's a reminder. Those of you who have paid, we want to say thank you so much. And we are going to have a wonderful time from the 11th to the 13th of January. It's coming up. Yes, registration is still open. And then the intensive training for beginners. I mean, those young incoming journalists. The list is coming. It has reached, I think, up to either 8 or 10, stuff like that. Or those people who have expressed interest. Chief, you've been following up, right?
Yeah, sure. Yes. The lesson should have started yesterday, right?
No, today.
Today?
Yes, but this is what I want to announce. It's going to start on Monday. Monday we're going to do.
So Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Monday is New Year's Day.
Oh my God. Okay, Tuesday. So I will place a call to every one of you, informing you about the time, and then the boss, the CEO who's here, the founder and the president. Yeah. So that is it. Thank you all for expressing your interest, and I can see the women are topping the list. We want as you come. Okay, as you come. Prepare yourself. I can tell you, I'm the mother of bluffing in Liberia. Yeah. Maybe you will not see me in a stylish thing and naked stuff and all around, but I like to bluff. But when you know the stuff, how should I put it? Know what you are doing. When you get, when you know what you are doing, when you have learned, then you can bluff. Yeah. So I mean, you come, learn, humble yourself, be willing to accept correction, humble yourself. Nobody gonna lay a red carpet down here for you. You can't walk on it, get on the microphone. Everything so be so simple as you think. Get ready for anything that will come your way. When I mean anything, when you come in a learning process, you find out that so many things go on. Like you have to be mentally strong, you have to be physically strong, you have to learn to stand for hours. Yes, me sitting there, I can stand for 3, 4, 5 hours. Yes, so you all of these things, you have to be physically strong. That mama baby thing you can, and put it waiting for people to pull red carpet down so you can walk on it, or you go and take pictures and stuff like that. The job is hard, and I will not hide it from you. So you also have to be mentally strong. So my trip to Bomi yesterday, or day before yesterday, I went and passed the night. I was with the the editor-in-chief, Yukira. Yes, I received a very good welcome from, yeah, man. I mean, you can't. Okay, sorry for that. Yeah, so I was there, and Radio Bombing, Puma FM, Melody Roberts. Thanks so much for your support. I appreciate, and I wish you speedy recovery. So go to other counties that I have been through as well. I've went to other counties. Come to Truth FM. Yeah, so I've been to other counties as well, and talking with female journalists. And I will say this, and I will always say everywhere the same story from everywhere. They are telling their stories. It's not different from, I mean, just the last time I went to Radio Bonkies, from Radio Bonkies, after the interview with the two young women, females, and I went to Radio Banga, and imagine Susan telling me the same thing. I was just like laughing. And even yesterday at the other radio station there in Bomi, the same thing as well. So my advice to you, we will continue the awareness. This documentary is not intended, she's smart, eloquent, and she got masters. But I mean, trying to bring her on board. At times when, she's free and maybe my boss isn't around, we can collaborate to do it. I've been inviting her. And I mean, the two females in the newsroom, I've been inviting them as well. I even invite her my TV show, and I have to use so much energy to tell her all of the time, and stuff like that. But we own it. So, but you have to build confidence in yourself. You need to build confidence. You need to have confidence in yourself. There are times people will tell you, you're not serious. You can't make it. It's not possible and stuff. But you yourself cannot agree to what they are saying about you. Yeah, you can't agree to what they are saying about you. You have to know that when they say you can't make it, if you can tell them by saying, I can make it, know in your mind that you can make it, and tell anyone or anytime and say, I can make it, and I know that I'm going to improve. So, and yeah, so when you are coming, I will always say it's not red carpet coming, sit down, you bluffing, the makeup and all those kind of stuff. Fine, beautiful women, good, but the learning should be prioritized. It should not be, putting other things first. When you want bluff, you learn first. You realize yourself at a certain age, at a certain time, then you can bluff. Like today, I will already be also. I know how it will be also. My backbone will be waiting for me. Please don't laugh. Just please don't laugh. Don't bring confusion. We got.
Speaking of me?
Yes, we got 3 days to go. 28, 29, 30, 31st. 3 days to go. So you're not going to have a rare carpet. Yeah. So sometimes people come, they just want for you to take them whoop and point there whoop. It's not going to happen. You have to work. You have to be willing to ask. Yes, willing to ask and be willing to collaborate. Don't see anybody like, oh, the person like me. It happen. It will happen everywhere you work. And these things will happen. And sometimes you'll not find people sharing teeth with you, laughing with you, laying out all your hair before you say, oh, the person let me. And in fact, coming to work, you're working, whether anywhere you're working, you are working, you is having a very good relationship at a workplace is good. Well, it's good. But on the other hand, you're not going there for people to let you. Go do your work, be professional, and go back when somebody don't. I was telling one of our interns the other time, I said, you're not coming here for everybody to pull you on the hand and say, oh yeah, we like to get no. Do your work, what you're supposed to do, ask Marka what you are supposed to do, make sure your contribution in every time. You're not coming for oh yeah, we really like to get here or no. You're not coming for that. You have to be very professional, learn, ask questions, and be willing to accept correction as well. But when you come like one, let me leave it as that. When you come like you are overly professional, you can't take correction, you can't take anything, you are just too much for yourself. You're not, it's not possible. Education is seen in your character, not the pieces of paper you got in your hand passing from one place to another and say, oh, I got it, my CV, that's my CV and stuff like that. No, you can have all of those education, but if your character does not correspond, I should say commensurate. What a big word to use. Find a big word for me and I'll find something for you. I'll wait for you. If it doesn't work.
Match. Be simple. Radio is simplicity.
No, I've already said correspond.
The mark of an educated man is simplicity.
You know me.
Stick to the point.
Yeah.
So
I've already said
does not match.
I've already said if it doesn't. Yeah, so that is it. If it doesn't match, like he want me to use a very simple word, or it doesn't match. Let me just stop right there. I wanted to use certain word, but I will try to get it. If it doesn't match, my friend, my brother, my sister, you won't go anywhere. Yeah. So let me just stop it for now, and hope for a happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and a happy prosperous New Year in our.
You'll be here tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow, yeah, I'll be here tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
yeah, I will.
Friday. Yeah, you're gonna fix your hair now.
Yeah, the people are coming to you ready on top of the people are coming to carry me to go do my hair, to go. They say want to make. I tell them, say I beg you. They say I also say, Madam, you have to do lashes. So I say, you know how many weddings I still in? I didn't do lashes. Yeah, how many weddings? They be saying, no, please. Yeah, you come in, make me load. I want your in. Okay. No, you tired with me, eh? Yeah. No, I can't. No. No, I come and go Merry Christmas again, are you? Yeah, prosperous New Year. Prosperous New Year. Yo, that's what you say. Oh, a very prosperous New Year. Yeah, I'm very optimistic that this New Year is going to be very prosperous. You're not be saying happy prosperous New Year, but the New Year is going to be prosperous. Yeah, thank you so much. All right. Okay, so we continue. Like you, the Liberian people, you have the opportunity to talk or to have a voice in this analysis that we did. Yes, some people are already doing the analysis online. Anthony K. Vakpana, he said Obama's 223 days. We said that already. Divided by 30 days, equal 9.7 months. Versus George Weah, 29 days divided by 30 equals 0.96 months. You see the numbers, how small it is in the Liberia case, but you have to be mindful that the president did not violate the Constitution, which is the organic law of the country. But in my opinion, he sidekick his moratorium that he placed on appointment, and that just reminds me that Mr. Incoming President, please will overturn. As a matter of fact, it's not supposed that Joshua Sammy, while we were preparing to go for the runoff, Joshua Sammy was appointed to go to Ethiopia as the Deputy Chief of Mission by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, outgoing Minister of Foreign Affairs. It will not work. D. Maxwell Kimaya, my own uncle, it will not work. Just tell Joshua not to go. It will not work. It will not work. Because I know that yesterday, when this incoming president received his certificate, he said Liberia will be a different country. We will hold him by that. And those of you who will be preferred by this president, I keep repeating myself, you have problem. Because I know, and I've often heard conversation, I know some people will deliberately do something to distract the incoming government. They said somebody did it to them, but well, that is the Liberian man's mentality. But if you prefer by this incoming president, you better buckle up. You better buckle up. If you step outside that arrest policy paper, arrest, A stands for agriculture, R stands for road, another R stands for rule of law.
Rule of law. And E stands for education, S stands for sanitation, and T stands for tourism. Tourism. You leaving now?
You know, secret. Yeah, I'm leaving.
You're not coming by again?
I'm leaving. See you tomorrow.
All right. Okay, so if you step outside of this policy paper, already, as I said yesterday, so many of you I saw at that airport, the old man could not even find his way to walk through the act to speak to his vice president-elect and his party chairman. Some people, why you can't try to be like some of us? Let your work show the light. You gotta be. Yeah. Some people get survive over government job. I don't want to lie to you. Yeah? I don't want to lie to you. Yeah. And they stay in the government, they still got 29 days to go. Right? So if you went outside of this arrest slogan, you not be the friend of the Liberian people. And trust me, I have no doubt that this president is going to perform. This president-elect is going to perform. I've worked with him closely at YWCA, even when he was a plank dealer, a pit sawyer. How many of you know that the housewife Edwin Snow lives in right here at EWA? The planks were sold to him by this man. This is how humble beginning he has. I was always there, especially when they moved the vice president office to the archive to renovate the Capitol building. Every time we went for a press conference, the press conference ended with story that has wisdom in it. Story that has wisdom in it. And now he has placed himself on record that Liberia will be different. It's not going to be the same Liberia. And if Liberia becomes the same Liberia, then he will be reminded to. You'll be reminded, this is different from those who sit on the radio and wish death. This is completely different. The reminder is different from those. And that's why, for me, I'm trying to hang my boot now to be a talk show host or a journalist. Because so many quacks are in it. And when they're ready to deal with everybody, they just put everybody to it, deal with the media, put everybody to it, and say the Liberian media. Appointments will be coming soon, and you, the public, man, it is your right. You stood, you gather your vote, and as he told the VOA, that the same people who gathered their vote, protected their vote, were answerable to them, and he reiterated it yesterday when he was certificated at the NEC. He said Liberia will be a different country. He will not betray you people. So let me use myself as a voice now, a conduit to extend his voice to you people. He said this one, and if there is a deviation from what he said, it is your right to remind the government, where no one will refer to you as enemy of the state. At 4 o'clock, we are going to Texas to talk to a Liberian who is so versed in electricity. Those of you who are using the national grid, the LEC has announced that it will ration. That was the word I was looking for. It will ration power to you people. It will ration power to you people because the water level at the Simpour has dropped, affecting the Mount Coffee. But this man has different version he's going to be giving it. Mr. Leeward, this morning we spoke. I'm sorry I didn't return your call, but this conversation will interest you. And while we prepare to take that, Ashley Rennie, the father of the platform, I misplaced my phone. That please just text me your number, and I've told this man about you, and he's so happy to reconnect with you. He said you are one of his mentors at Firestone when you and his father worked together. Akina R. Phillips is the guest at 4 o'clock. But to you Liberian people, the voice of the people is the voice of God. Your president has appointed a new associate justice. And he's the outgoing Minister of Justice, the Leonard Councillor Frank Musadin. What do you have to say about it? I said, no, the president did not violate any constitution, but he, the same person that told us that he has placed moratorium on appointment or promotion. So why is he anyway? Yeah, man. So that is it. We take a break. Orange is powering this broadcast. And by the time we come back, you will have your say. Trust us, Liberians. This is your platform.
Router, fast-speed internet, and affordable data pack. I have no excuse to not get one router in my house. Yeah, let me run now to put it for me and the family.
Get your home internet router from any Orange store or POS around the country and enjoy affordable data packs that start from $9 for 10 gigabytes valid 30 days to $59 for 125 gigabytes valid 30 days. There's a pack for everyone. Enjoy using the fastest speed internet. Brings you closer to what matters. Orange.
We don't worry about the data connection at all. There's a package for me. There's a package for you. There's a package for everyone. Small dollar sale. I can recharge my West Mongolia and enjoy with confidence.
To activate, dial *888# or subscribe via My Orange app. $1 gives you 50 minutes on net calls and 5 minutes off net calls, or the same dollar gives you 500 megabytes of data. Valid 24 hours. Enjoy using the best mobile network, certified by Ookla second time in a row. Visit our website, www.orange.com.lr, or call 111 for more information. Brings you closer to what matters. Orange.
Starting today. Why not have a little more fun? Why not use money this easily? Why not get even closer to family? Why not work how you've always wanted? Fun, money, family, work. No network keeps you connected to it all, quite like Orange. It's all about
Orange. Orange.
starting today. Why not have a little more fun? Why not use money this easily? Why not get even closer to family?
So join us. Thanks for joining us on this platform, State of the Nation. It is 20 minutes up to 4 o'clock. 077-5144-278. 077-5144-278. The president has appointed his justice minister to fill in the seat at the Supreme Court. Is it necessary now, or this is a payback for his professional service? This call is on. Sorry, you miss out. 077-5144-278. This is State of the Nation. Let me take this caller. Hello. Yes, hello. Let's hear you. What's your name?
Thank you. I'm Mohammed M. Kanichion, member of the Rescue Mission Party
now to do the confirmation on that. So we have to appeal to the Senate not to confirm. Okay.
Why they should not confirm the minister, the social justice?
Well, for me, I think it can not be within the level direction because I think the Senate will not go through that confirmation. They want to be there for TMB to come out with a new appointment for that institution, for the association, the associate and error appointment. So we'll come on out to appeal to the members, not to the commission for the former minister of justice.
Okay, thank you, Mohammed. Let me take the next caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Batua calling from Mambagwe.
Batua, let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, even the football, the county league, they postponed it because of the new government.
Yeah, I gotta read all the actions taken, but go ahead, Chief.
Yeah, so for this reason, the time is very short for the president to at least appoint another person. Let him wait for the new government for that appointment.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me take Hartford.
Yes, sir.
How are you? Let's hear you.
I'm fine, Christopher. So, from my part, I think that the government is hasted these few days in decision making. They are hasted with the aspect of running the judgment for the former Chief Justice.
No, you can't say that. Hartford, you can't. No, hold on, Chief. Hold on. What? You can't say that.
I didn't say that.
You can't say that.
All that time, they did not run judgment until now. Why all that time they usually have other budget delayed for months? Why are they rushing now? So for this one, it's also they are rushing with it. It is not necessary now, and I urge the people up there, our wise men, our honorables, not to confirm Honorable Musa Dean now. We should go up to that confirmation.
The point here, I want to ask you, why you don't want him confirmed?
Because he has been with some tinted characters.
Like what?
That's why we don't want him to be confirmed.
Like what?
A lot of things happen that he did not do well.
My man, listen to me. We're not cooking pepper soup yet. Tell me, what are some of those things?
What you call it, not cooking pepper soup?
Yeah, but this is a serious matter, man. You just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. What does he do? Give me some examples.
Some example has to do with why was he going to the jury at night? We talk about the
no. This is no. You gotta. No, hold on. Let me put you on track. This is not the person. The person you're referring to is the Solicitor General, current, which he denied.
He denied it.
Yeah, but this is the Justice Minister. It had nothing to do with jury going to visit at night. It was the story came on the Solicitor General, which he denied.
Okay, so I agree with that. So it was about the 3 missing boys. What did he do? And other people died, right? What did he do? So it should not confirm me.
Okay.
As the Justice Minister, they should not confirm me now for that position.
Thank you.
Until the other people take over. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Hafa Kia. Next caller. Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
This is the brother John Marvel, and I joined for the work at the history work.
Oh, hold on, Chief. Hold on. Just hold on, Chief. Just hold on.
He's a man himself in a position we today we can't get no accountability of that position. You serve as justice minister in that position. People are crying. Civil servant honor him, security honor him today. They can't get that money. People went the election today. They are not getting that money. So why will he be leaving that position and running to another position? We should be clear here. That Musa leaving that position that the only he is the clear for the justice ministry that at least he can
see another position. So
okay.
we experience our SELLEE. You have to confine that man. That man has cheated character.
Okay, all right. Okay, something that you can substantiate. Let's call her. Hello? Hello? Let me take the... Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon, Chris.
Yes, let's hear you. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Fofi Kamara, calling from Duboro, Chris.
Fofi, let's hear you.
Thank you. I really enjoyed the topic on the discussion this afternoon. And something has to do with the president's appointment of the Justice Minister Musa Deng.
Mm-hmm.
You see, you said it all already. If the same president William suspended all promotion in government due to the transition, then he go beyond that to do this appointment. Why if the House of Senate withhold the confirmation? How he will feel or how he will think about himself? You say overlooking. I mean, he need to sit down and analyze when he do some of the appointment. We are not saying the appointment he made. I mean, he is wrong. He has not violated the Constitution. We agree. But the appointment is not timely, Chris. So I mean, he need to do better than that. See?
Okay, so let me read it. Let me read it out to you. All new employment and service contracts across government institutions are hereby suspended. There shall be no promotion and salary increase during the transitional period. Maybe the president is basing his argument on the preposition used shall. Let me take this. Hello? 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 Yeah, let's hear you. What's your name?
Thank you. This is Daniel Johnson. I call you from Harvard Firestone.
TJ, let's hear you quickly.
Chris, let me begin by appreciating you. Anytime I hear Magdalene's voice and reminding of Mary William on the Two Breakfast show when she was at 2 FM. So I would think at least another female is coming to 2 FM to take on the talk show. So let me appreciate you for that, giving her the bravery to, even when you are not there, she fought for and she pushed the argument.
Mm-hmm.
But please, I don't want to talk about the president because the president already, violated his own communication that he fought for. Because if you are saying that no agency or ministry should get on employment or any promotion, and you, the president, violated that, we don't know what the president was thinking on. But the afternoon, I want to speak to the conscience of our leaders, to the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
For expediency, let them give the opportunity to the new president elected so that he can make that appointment to the Supreme Court bench. Because for me, I think some of those cases or corruption allegation cases that the incoming government will be putting, Musa Deng will be serving a witness. So I think Musa Deng, they should give him the benefit of the doubt. They should not confirm him. Thank you.
I like your point. They could use him as a state witness. Well, so what happens if he sits on the Supreme Court bench? Thank you so much, DJ, for your contribution. This caller, hello?
Uncle Chris, good afternoon.
Yeah, let's hear you.
And let me say a pleasant good afternoon to my parents following this broadcast. Uncle Chris has phoned from District 4, and this is the voice of Akwe A.F.U. Senior. Uncle Chris, as it relates to the president's recent appointment, like you rightly said, I listened to you lengthily. In this country, what I think we need to do is to find solution to the problem before the problem occurs, rather than finding solution to the problem when the problem occurs. Look, I think it is within the confine of us amending our laws that if a government is sitting, especially at the dying minute, there should be nothing like appointment or giving position to people. If we cannot change, it is the constitutional right of the president to appoint this particular chief justice. And like you rightly said, the position is a turning position. You cannot impeach this man. This man can only leave such position if he honorably resign or due to something else. And in the case of the outgoing chief justice, he's ill. It is because of illness. And it is within the confines of the law that the president reappoints another chief justice. So I don't think we should be, calling this thing and making it like, obtrusive that the president is wrong and this and that. What I think we should be looking at, like you rightly said, is maybe amending our law. If the law is not working, correctly and within the confines of what we want it to work. So we shouldn't be holding and pulling. So now I think what we need to be doing is to call on our lawmakers, because Congress made this confirmation hearing. So if and only if we are dissatisfied with this particular ban, then let us visit our lawmakers individually and tell them that, look, we are dissatisfied with the president's appointment, rather than holding and pulling this. But I think it is the constitutional right of the president, especially with special.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I don't want to speak in your mind. Of course, opinion are like doses. Hello?
Yes, good afternoon, Chris.
Yes. Melvin, how are you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Mike from Agidi County.
Let's hear you.
This case about appointing a justice at this point, where most areas, most countries will be considered, the president will be considered, as a sitting duck. No disrespect, of course, just a political statement.
Mm-hmm.
For him to appoint somebody to that powerful position, I think it would have made more sense if he had just let the incoming president do that part. I'm not saying he's wrong legally. He's right. But here's my point. If you look at this particular gentleman, Mr. Dean, you can tell clearly there were so many areas he didn't touch. For example, rape cases in our country, how were they addressed? Missing persons, how were they addressed? Murders, how were they addressed? Did he really play the role to be recommended at this time when somebody else is about ready to take over? I think Liberian people should be treated fairly. I think the incoming president, Mr. Boyka, should be given a chance to choose people who...
But Mr. Lake, you were in the United States. 9 months ago, his turning over power, Barack Obama appointed Maurice Garland as an associate justice of the U.S. Supreme Court. The Republicans in the Senate did not open confirmation hearing. They played blind eye until the appointment expired. 1 week after taking over, the Republican president, Donald Trump, appointed somebody other than the choice of Barack Obama. So it's like precedent has been set all. I mean, in modern day democracies, So I
understand, Chris, and this could be partisan stuff. But where is the partisan stuff here in Liberia? The other part is you appoint somebody to such a powerful position to affect the country in a good way. Now, if you put somebody who has so many laxes in his regime or in his tenure of office, it's against the country. Forget about whether you like Mr. Boyka or you don't like Mr. Boyka. I think our country is the one that's supposed to benefit from something like this. So Mr. Dean does not have it. He hasn't exhibited anything of such to where people are going to say, oh, you know what, we're happy. You can easily tell from all of these calls that are coming through right about now. Many of the people are saying, no. It wouldn't make a lot of sense. Let him step back. Let Mr. Boyka come. You don't have any particular two-party system in Liberia. You don't have it here. In the United States, it's quite different. Mr. Obama, you can tell clearly, Mr. Obama said it also. You can't have this one person continuing as a president or anybody else in the system, because it just doesn't work. Okay, it affects the people more than it helps, except that person is really, really occupied and people are giving him reasons to stay there, Christopher.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me take another one. Hello?
Yeah, hello, Chris?
Yes?
Thank you very much. It's me, Roger Matari, for the Korean pulpit. You know, I'm very proud of you because of your commitment to the issue. You know,
you said my commitment to what?
We play some key role when it comes to making our contribution. But what I just want to say in short is, what else Councilor Dean wants? On the watchful eyes of the former judge, the Justice Minister Dean, there were a lot of things. They moved our 3 missing boys. When their parents went to see Moses demanding the government peacefully to make available the body of the children, police went there under the watchful eyes of the cabinet, or see President Weah want to cover himself to say that let the people go on the bench so that when there should be some major decision for them to protect me, you will be making a wrong decision.
Okay.
And that decision will have a very poor taste.
All right.
I just wrote it on my page. I'm calling on the liberation in the wisdom because these are people who had a
quickly.
To reject, to oppose, the current nominee in presence of Councillor Frank Musa.
Okay, let me hold you right there and take the next caller. Hello. Yes, let's hear you. What's your name? Eman Hammer, let's hear you.
And with either appointment of the quorum of women association language is now well and communicated with the president of the president due to my email, I cannot perform on duty. It is the prerogative of the president to appoint anyone. But my cause to do with the communication that you send to the official that those who do business and do other things, except anything above 10,000. For Montana, all those things are we're arguing. But I believe and without being in the house of students, you will be rejected. Because I believe, looking at the
do you trust the Senate to reject Musa Deng if he goes for confirmation? Thank you so much. We'll take the last one. Call you quit on this segment. Hello?
Chris, my brother, how are you?
Yes, let's hear you.
Let me say Merry belated Christmas and a happy and a prosperous 2024. This is Noah Zau Gibson here.
No, this is not Noah Zau Gibson. Noah?
Yeah, this is Noah Zau Gibson.
You honor the call, right?
Yes, I lost my voice since the election euphoria, and I'm struggling to regain the voice. But I know it will be regained.
Yeah, sorry, I was carried away by the changing in the tune. Yes, let's hear you. Noah. Hello? Noah, are you there? Noah, are you there?
I would defend President Weah. President Weah has done nothing wrong to fulfill a constitutional mandate. The Constitution gives the right to the president to appoint at any time he or she wants to appoint. I think the people who need to be challenging here to do the right thing are the senators.
But Noah, while we are challenging the senators, or you people are challenging the senators, there are growing fears that this Senate that they know will go ahead with the confirmation and clear the minister.
Yeah, but then if they go ahead and do the right thing, then they get the right reward from the Liberian people when they're seeking re-election again, just as the outgoing ones got the right reward. So, Chris, the country has to change. We can't continually having this country proceeding wrongly all the time consistently. They can't be with it wrong consistently. You call here and say, you the Senate, they call you the House of Error. You dare to correct the wrong. The president appointing this man, knowing what the man was here on a was a justice minister, the three amazing boys today, they are whereabouts are unaccounted for. You're talking about the Google's Iboma and Eton loan. He is on record of saying that even if the loan would have come from the data of the Jawo, the government would have taken it. And the government went ahead and didn't listen to the effect their signature to that.
But it became a fiasco later.
Yeah, at the end, the team ratified a very agreement proving the applicants very right. So why will you sit here, this man who was here, auditors die here, under the wise justice minister, there was no justice given to the family of the deceased. Then you're telling all that this man should be appointed to go sit on the Supreme Court bench, that decision for them to vote in favor of CDC. That's why you're doing it. Just as the day to Joseph Nango, who is today is leaving. So we are saying for the record here that if the Senate loves this country,
They must do the honorable thing by rejecting. You see the president example you gave for the U.S. It was the Senate that corrected that mistake.
Yeah, they didn't open. I'm saying they didn't open the confirmation and they allow it open. It remain open until it expired.
Very good. So yeah, the senator do the honorable thing. They do the same thing. If they claim that they really love Liberia, except that they defeated ones that are on their way out, maybe they will just want to please President. We are saying all of them defeated to go along with their defeat to be, to see that as a consolation for their defeat. But I think for me, if Liberia should move forward, if they really love Liberia, if they're really thinking to build Liberia, and they really want to build Liberia, they must be able to reject that confirmation hearing. Let President Bwaka, incoming President Bwaka, makes that appointment.
Thank you.
In keeping with the law of this country. But to say that they will confirm that man, then we blame President We are no. You can't blame President We are. He has the right to make appointment. Even President We are stepping down tomorrow, he can make appointment today. He left with the Senate. So I think for me, the president did nothing. He committed no wrong on this one. Let the Senate do the rightful thing to deny that man.
Thank you, Nawazao Gibson. Let's take musical break. This is my word with Lucky Dube as we prepared to take Akina R. Phillips.
This station rules the nation.
Akina Phillips, energy expert living in the U.S. Liberian, 100% Liberian. Lucky Dube. The little boy fears nothing. All he wants is candy. What's about you, the rich man? You have to pay the telephone bill, assets recovery, declare your assets. That's your worry. You chose between eating candy or wanting to declare your assets. 176 years, electricity rationing, not even totally in the capital of this country. But guess what? $250,000 plus customers of the LEC. So I see my guest already in studio, backstage. You found it on the screen already. And I want to believe Ashley Rennie, the father of the platform, you're tuning in. Your boy is on in the jiffy. Let's go strictly on the screen to talk to Akina R. Philip, a Liberian living in Texas. So much verge in electricity. Good afternoon to you. What's up, bro?
Good afternoon to you. Good morning to me. Good afternoon to all the listeners across Liberia. This great and glorious land of liberty that we all love so much. Thank you for tuning in today. Once again, we're here talking about discussing and going deeper into the state of this nation, the state of this republic, the state of this country as it relates to electricity, to energy supply. So, Chris, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to come again on your platform, on your station, to discuss this issue.
Yes, thank you so much. And you are on State of the Nation. So we're looking at Liberia's status when it comes to electricity, a very scarce commodity. You like to refer to it as abundant commodity. But for us, I don't know when last you ever experienced an outage in Texas.
We experienced an outage here in the Houston, Texas area about 3 or 4 years ago. We had what we call a deep freeze snowstorm that was unexpected, unanticipated. And I mean, it was mad chaos. I mean, the power grid froze. Transformers, substations went down. I mean, the city, you imagine Houston, Texas, I think we're the fourth largest city in the U.S. And this city was completely out of electricity. None of the traffic lights, gas stations, supermarkets, Walmarts, all across the city, everything shut down. It was complete chaos. So even in the most industrialized nation in the world, when electricity is absent and when it shuts down, everything comes to a complete halt. The economy shuts down, fire, emergency, police, everything shuts down because everything works on electricity. So it was a very, very chaotic time. And now policies into place by federal government, state government is now correcting those issues to make sure that that issue never, arises again. Or if it does, if a deep freeze does come again, their infrastructure that have been put in place to mitigate and address that situation if it does arise again.
Okay, so but back home the story is completely the opposite, and way in the red line, negative. I don't know whether you are what number you have if you divide 100 by 1 billion, the quotient there. I don't know. It's so discouraging back home. But let's start from where we stopped last time. Since you left, I've been receiving so many calls, multiple calls. Some family members, as I told you about the old man Ashley Rennie. I
My
also
mentor.
Your mentor. I also told you. I also told you about Mr. Sorry, I forgot the name. But several calls saying this guy knows electricity. Can you create a platform or a segment on your platform so that at least once a week or twice a month he can come and tell us how can we mitigate this electricity problem? As a matter of fact, as we speak, the National Grid has just issued a statement an announcement, a public survey announcement that National Grid users should get ready for rationing. And interestingly, I looked through the schedule. I didn't see Burrowville, my residence, but I saw beyond Burrowville. There's no electricity in Burrowville, but there's electricity at Pool River. You can't get a Pool River passing through.
We're going through Burrowville, yeah.
That's so silly to me. But that's the situation right now. The St. Paul River has dropped water due to the dry season, and this is seasonal, and the result of that is power rationing. Let's get your outcome. Your position on this one. Do we have solution to this one?
We do have an existing solution, as I said last time. Let's take off from where we started, where we ended the last time. The last time we talked about the fact that two of the great challenges in Liberia is that many the citizens, those in government, those at the leadership level, do not have a great, deep, wide understanding of electricity. So as a result of that lack of understanding, that lack of knowledge of how important, how critical, how vital electricity is to the existence, the very existence of this country, the very industrialization of this country, creating the economy, building the economy, supporting the private sector, creating jobs, moving this country forward, supporting growth and development in education for the young people of this country, giving them a future. All of this depends 100% on electricity, the availability and supply of it. So when you have the lack of that knowledge and that understanding, you will always have a deficiency in terms of the leadership being able to devise, to create, to set up policies to address something so critical, so that it will become a priority, as opposed to it being something that will be put to item 10 on the agenda. So this is where we find ourselves today. In light of that, it has always been a challenge in the Mana River Union, right? Where we were born into a tropical area where we had the dry season and the rainy season. So from the time the Mount Coffee Hydro was designed, built, and established, and from the time it was running, from its inception, from the word go, it has always had a rising tide for rainy season and a decreased tide volume water behind the dam for dry season. So this is not anything new. We are Liberians. We're born into this. We already understand this. The question now becomes, what did the leadership know and when did they know it? They've always known the rainy season and dry season has always been here. But the question now becomes, what policies were put into place to mitigate that issue? And that brought the birth of what? Of Transco CLSG. So Transco CLSG was conceived, out of this issue, out of this problem, that there's a rainy season, there's a dry season. So it's not a Liberia problem, it's a Sierra Leonean problem, it's a Guinean problem, it's also an Ivorian problem. But here it is, the Ivorians on the other side took a position to strategize, to look further, to look towards the future, and to build into place policies and infrastructure so that they could evolve into what we see today as one of the West Africa's largest energy exporter in terms of electricity. So the West Africa Power Pool, finally something that was done, was created many years ago, but now into reality, has now brought into place, funded by the ADB, the Africa Development Bank, and other European banks, to build this 225 kV transmission line originating from La Cote d'Ivoire. And like we talked about the last time, Liberians see these transmission towers all across the city. And it continues all the way into Robertsport and then into Sierra Leone. But they don't even understand what this transmission network is, whether it's working, because the existing government that's about to hand over power did not make the proper investment, did not bring the proper understanding, did not bring the proper knowledge into exploiting a great infrastructure like this, which was strategically put into place by the West Africa Power Pool, by the Mana River Union leadership under Her Excellency President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, to address this very issue of low water during the dry season, high water during the rainy season. Because if we don't address it, then what will happen to our economy? We will only have an 8-hour or 4-hour economy. How can you grow with a 4-hour economy whereby Cote d'Ivoire is running a 12 or maybe a 24-hour economy because they have electricity? So people don't understand how all of these things are all connected and tied together to build the success of a nation that we so hopefully desire. And that's why Transco now is operational. Transco has been operational. The LEC has been purchasing power from Transco. Don't forget, on your last show that you mentioned, you played the audio that the outgoing Minister of Finance and Economic Planning was boasting that Liberia is now selling power back to Ivory Coast. Okay, let's take that statement from the technical perspective. If any engineer who's listening to me on this line, tell me if I'm wrong. Because once you make that statement confirms that the Mount Coffee grid, right, generation from the dam, switch yard is now what? Synchronized, tied into Transco that allows power to be moved from Mount Coffee back to Cote d'Ivoire. That's what it means. Okay. So if that is a fact, then that means that's a bi-directional highway, no different than driving to Robertsfield. You got the right lane going and you got the left lane coming. So power can move from what? From Transco into Mount Coffee, and power can move from Mount Coffee into Transco. So the question now becomes, why is it that in this abundance of electricity, that Transco has a 70 MVA, the equivalent of 3 Mount Coffee turbines in a 3 Mount Coffee turbines in a transformer sitting in the yard? You can send your TV team there tomorrow. They will see it. They will show it to you. There's a 70 MVA, the equivalent of
it is sitting at Mount Coffee
in the Mount Coffee yard. No, it is installed. Okay. It is installed. It is functioning. LEC has purchased power from Transco. If you go to the LEC website or the LEC Facebook page and you go back maybe 9 months or 8 months, you will see there were news reports, there were press releases that they were doing service work with Transco and they were interconnecting with Transco and they were buying power from Transco. So this interconnection does exist. It does exist. But the question now becomes 247,000 customers as they have put on their website. Okay. Let's calculate the average revenue per user. 247,000 customers. That's what's on the LEC website. So let all of us today do a mathematical equation. Let's do a math class today. Let's calculate the revenue of LEC and let's ask ourselves, where is all of this money going? We've got to ask this divine trinity, the MD, the CEO, and the chairman of the board, who is one person, where is all of this money going? He must, and he has to account for it. He owes that to the people of this country. He owes that to the subscribers of LEC. Where is the money? So you've got 247,000 subscribers. The average revenue per user equation basically takes the number of subscribers and you factor in the average revenue per user, and we can estimate $50. Now, what does that mean? It basically asks the question for all of the LEC customers out there, what is the average amount of money you're currently paying every month on your bill or on your meter? Some people pay 50, some people pay 100, some people pay 300, 500, 800. But when you average it all together, the lower numbers are more than the higher numbers. So we come up with an average of $50. So we say $50 is the average revenue per user. So now you're there, Chris, you have the calculator. So multiply 247,000 customers by $50 per month per user. And you come up with a staggering number of what? 12 million plus? What is that number?
Sorry, I'm getting it wrong. You're sorry. 247,000.
Yes, times $50. And you come up with
12 million.
There you go. 12 million. $12 million per month in revenue. Monthly. So multiply that by 12 months in a year. You should come up with right around about 144 million. 12 times 12. There you go. Okay, so almost 150 million. So let's ask the question, what is the operating cost? What is the maintenance cost? What is the administrative expense every month? Is it 50% of the revenue that comes in? So are we not able to compensate so that we understand that during the rainy season we can go at 100% of the hydro and then reserve capex or revenue so that when the dry season comes, we integrate with Transco and be able to purchase or procure power from Transco. A minimum capacity that Transco sells is 25 megawatts, which is equivalent to one turbine. So if my coffee has 4 turbines and the water level is low and can only carry 2 turbines, what do? You then buy 50 megawatts from Transco to compensate for your two turbines that you've already lost because of the low water.
So the analysis is, Mr. Phillips, with the number of customers.
Mm-hmm.
Put at 447,000, multiplied by an average of
average revenue, $50 per month per user.
So you're going 12 million times 12 months, that's 144,000. Exactly right. So million, sorry. So you were saying we should not be talking about rationing because of...
We should not be talking about rationing. This should not even be considered. This should not even be a discussion, because what this shows is that the revenue is there. The revenue is there. The revenue is there. I mean, these are not fictitious figures. Let's go to the LEC website.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the LEC website. It's right there. I mean, these are not my numbers. I mean, their people did their calculation and they put their numbers there. So I went there and I took the number 247,000 subscribers or customers. I took the 247,000 subscribers from their website and put it up and did an average of, you can scale it from 50, you can scale it to 65, you can scale it to $75 per month as the average revenue per user. And what you do, the numbers are staggering, the number grows. So the question now becomes, what did the board of directors know and when did they know it? Have they been aware of all of this revenue coming in on a monthly basis? What is the operating expense of LEC? What is the administrative expense of LEC? What is the maintenance monthly cost for LEC to operate? Are you saying that $12 million is what it costs to run LEC every month? So we receive $12 million and we spend $12 million and we start off from zero the next month. Then the company doesn't even need to be in business. Or is it a confirmation of the abject failure of leadership on the part of the Divine Trinity, who is the MD, the CEO, and the chairman of the board, the one person that runs the entire thing? So
I'm about to ask you this question, Akina. You keep talking about the Divine Trinity. I'm sure you're talking about Money Capital. Yes, the managing director, chief executive officer, and board chair. I don't know how.
CEO. Don't forget the CEO. He's the CEO.
Yeah, sir. That's why I said
he's
chief executive
MD.
officer. Yes.
Okay, he's the chief executive officer. He's the MD, and he's the chairman of the board. So there's no oversight. Let's establish there's no oversight.
Is it this portfolio? Is it this portfolio that is causing a deficit into LEC management, or it's lack of knowledge, ineptitude? Let me put it that way.
Okay, before I answer that question, let me just say something that we say in Texas in the oil field. When we're faced with a problem in the oil field, when we're trying to solve a problem, we're trying to identify what the problem is, we come up with a saying. If it walks like a duck and it swims like a duck and is quacking and making noise like a duck, what is it, Sam? What is it? It's a duck.
It's a duck.
It's a duck. So if you're asking me whether it's ineptitude, incompetence, the lack of knowledge, and the lack of understanding of the energy industry, because energy is a business, then it's a duck. Then it's a duck. You've got one person in 3 positions, no oversight, no energy experience. And you take the most critical part of the growth, the expansion, the acceleration, the increase of this nation and 5 million people, and you take the keys and give it to a guy who can't drive. Where do you expect for him to lead you? Once again, into the valley of the shadow of death. The guy is trying to drive the car in the reverse gear and looking through the windshield. You should be looking in the reverse mirror when you're going back and look in the windshield when you're going in front. The guy doesn't know how to drive. And look where he's brought this country. How many Liberian businesses have been destroyed because of this incompetence, ineptitude, lack of knowledge, and lack of understanding? In the millions. And there's no oversight. I am strongly recommending, advising, and suggesting to the incoming leadership, they need to get the GAC and all of the auditors to descend with parachutes and surround that building in Waterside and go through every file and every cabinet. All the contractors need to be investigated because that money is leaving that company through some way, some means. Some way that money is coming out of there.
Okay, and so let me just
power. And then you're saying you're rationing energy. It doesn't make any sense.
Let me give solution to answer to your plea, your hope of audit. The president-elect, speaking to the VOA, is now on record to have stated that yes, indeed, the outgoing administration will be audited, but not Liberian auditors. They will hire through international tender an international auditing firm to come and do the audit. So I think that satisfies your curiosity about audit.
It is not so much for me. Okay. I mean, you know, like I said in my last interview, Chris, I don't seek any position with the LEC. I don't, you know, this is not going after someone personally. But let's look at this nation. Let's look at the damage, the immense, enormous damage that have been done to the private sector, to Liberians who are hardworking. Since this load shedding has started, how many Liberians have paid for electricity in their meters? And they can't get their power because of the incompetence, the ineptitude, the lack of knowledge and understanding on the part of this leadership, right, at LEC.
But I cannot. This is not the point I'm trying to draw is that this it is not with this leadership. LEC had gone through since post-war, man. LEC has gone through a lot of situations that people said it should even be repealed because it has rendered itself useless to the use of the people. I don't know how this leadership got attached to the underperformance of the LEC.
Well, it's simply because, okay, so let's digest what you just said, the point you just made, right? So again, it goes back to my point. For so many years, that we as a people have really not understood the industrialization of this country, how to rebuild, how to reestablish things and put things back together and get us on the right road to move us forward. We did not understand that electricity is and supposed to play a very important role. So as a result, it was always moved from item 1 down to item 10 or down to item 25. So the understanding of the role it's supposed to play was never there. So the right leadership, policy, program, structure was not put into place. Take, for instance, the Millennium Challenge Compact. They rehabilitated the hydro, which is the generation source, but never built. The leadership never came together to say, okay, now we got the generation. We've got to build the transmission to move the power from the hydro into all of these key industrial areas. Look at the distance between where Mount Coffee sits and the western part of Liberia. You got a clear road, the Ibrahim Babangida Highway, all the way to Monterey River Union. You want to tell me a transmission grid could not have been built to distribute power to all of the counties along there, from Bapolu to Cape Mount and to Bombay? That part of the country should have been lighted up by now because it's in close proximity. The very fact that you have a Transco substation sitting in Buchanan for over 1.5 years, active, working, fully power passing through it, 50% the capacity of Mount Coffee Dam. It is sitting still today in Buchanan. No distribution grid across the city, but yet and still one of the largest foreign investment, Mittal Steel, operates there. So imagine what that could have done to the economy of Grand Bassa County and the grid continuing down to Riverside to support the palm oil, the oil palm industry from Golden Beryllium and all of the other companies down in the Southeast. So the lack of understanding of the role electricity plays in this country, it's just so staggering. But again, let me just add one more point to it. The diaspora of this country, the diaspora Liberians in the US, Canada, Europe, or the EU, is valued, you can write this number down, is valued at over 5 billion. That's B, 5 billion. The value of the diaspora Liberians in the US, in Canada, and in the US, in the EU countries, valued at over 5 billion. This is direct Liberian diaspora to Liberia investment. These people are not going to bring their money home. Me, I, for one, I want to invest in real estate. I want to invest in agricultural industry, to agro-processing. But how can I do it as an engineer? I need electricity. I need electricity. You look at Ghana, the acceleration, the growth in Ghana today with Airbnb, renting people's houses, the apartment complexes, and everything else is the direct result because of what? The availability, the supply, and the distribution of electricity. So until we truly understand what all of this transco energy means for this country, and this new leadership can develop a team, put together a team of competent, knowledgeable people to sit on the board of directors, to serve in the 3 separate capacities, CEO, MD, and chairman of the board, to lead this company, to move this company forward so that it can move from item 25 up to maybe item number 1 or number 2, because nothing's going to work in Liberia until this electricity issue is resolved. That's
okay. This is State of the Nation. Is 25 minutes after, or 26 minutes up to 5 o'clock. Akinan R. Phillips, a Liberian virtually in electricity, is there in Texas. We have a conversation via video link on State of the Nation. My name is Chris. Magdalene had to leave for some other activities coming up tonight. So yes, you have the opportunity to call in, but let's exhaust this discussion before we get to the Apple itself that we're talking about. In 2005, John Colley of the Liberian Media for Democracy had an interview with a candidate in 2005. The candidate that everybody said was a novice, George Weah. Then the interview said he was suggesting LEC's situation, what LEC and water and power, the business social services, for example, LEC. He said to John, if he won the election, he would have privatized the LEC and the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, privatization, right? And he missed out in 2005. He missed out in 2011. And then he got it finally in 2017. But that didn't come on the table at all for privatization of this national grid or this business social service. You think it is a solution to some of these problems that we face within Liberia about electricity or water?
Okay, so let's unpack that. Let's unpack it. So number one of the greatest challenges of LEC today, many people on this line who's watching this program will agree, LEC is a centralized institution. It needs to be decentralized. So take, for example, you live in Brewerville. If you need to expand utility service into Swan and go Clay Ashland and all of those places, where is the technical team going to come from? They're going to have to wait for them to come all the way from town and come drive all the way out there and then do the installations and make a U-turn and go back. So this is one of the issues. The company needs to be decentralized because by its very mandate is to provide electricity for all counties in this country. So where does LEC exist in Bombay County today? Where does LEC exist in Bapaloo County? Where does LEC exist in Cape Town? Only because they're probably there today because the Transco substation is there. Where does LEC exist in Margibi? Because the new substation is there. Where does LEC exist today in Buchanan? Only because Transco is there. Where does LEC exist today in Bon County? Simply because Jungle Power has extended the grid all the way from San Nicolas. So they have failed in their mandate. So that's one of the biggest issues. The company needs to be decentralized. It needs to be decentralized. Number two, Liberia.
Before you go to number two, as a child growing up, I saw tankers carrying diesel oil to Banga to supply the LEC substation there. Is that what you talk about?
Again, they were using thermal plant, thermal generators to run the operations up there. I was born and raised in Firestone, so I never saw tanker trucks coming on my side because Harvey Firestone built a hydropower on the Farmington River and diverted a portion of the river to run his hydro facility, and he made cement poles right in the engineering yard. And then from there, they built their own distribution grid across the plantation that powered up our school, Firestone Staff School, all the houses where we lived and grew up. So we never had outages. We had some outages during the dry season, but not as much. So we lived and grew up with 24/7 power. So, but again, the examples are there. The lack of decentralization of any entity, no matter how good the leadership is going to create a bottleneck where decisions cannot be made, service technicians cannot get out. A company so important as LEC, once it is decentralized, as I said the last time, then you can absorb, you can bring in through the LERC, the Liberian Electricity Regulatory Commission, great leadership there with commissioning head, Mr. Lawrence Sikajipo. We grew up together. I mean, he's my senior brother. He used to be our neighbor in Harbor Hills under the managing director and leadership of Mr. Augustus Guano. They're certifying Liberian technicians to be certified, authorized to do electrical installations. So Liberian contractors can be certified through the LERC to be subcontractors to LEC in a decentralized way to create more jobs across the country. So I think that's the best way to do it. That's the best way to do it. And then work with the commercial banking sector, entice them to build, invest in the 35 kV grid originating from the Transco station so that we can add more customers onto this grid to then increase our number of subscribers and increase the revenue and also increase government revenue through taxes on recharging of the meters. That's how this thing works together. It has to be decentralized. And then you got to bring in Liberian contractors. And then you can have foreign participation as well.
So you were talking first about solution, decentralized. Then you were going to two. Number two is what?
You must absorb the Liberians, like we talked about the last time. Liberia has over 20,000 engineers in this country. Like we talked about, we counted the years, 18 years, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf for 12 years, CDC President Weah for 6 years, 6 times 3 is 18, Judy Bryant for 2, that's 20 years. All of the universities in this country, graduating engineers have had graduations every year. So we've got over 20,000 electrical engineers in this country. So capacity, human capacity, human knowledge, human understanding in such a static industry as electricity has not changed. They're here, but they're jobless. So that's why when you decentralize LEC in every county, you can now absorb these people to work in different counties, building up the grid. Number 3, we've got to now, with these contractors, build the cement poles. This importation of wooden poles and metal poles to extract money out of the country because you have inflated the price on the pro forma invoices, it's not going to work. It will only bleed the country, the company, because that's how the money exits the system. That's how it exits the system. We understand this. So once you make the cement poles, you create the jobs in every county in a decentralized way. You create jobs at the county level. The engineers are there. They will oversee, they will implement, they will execute, they will build the grid, and we tie it into Transco. And then when you get the commercial banks to play a role, and then the commercial banks, once they make the investment, like you said the last time, they must have a place on the board of directors. Right now, the current LEC board of directors, do you know, Chris, that the sister of the outgoing Minister of Finance and Economic Planning sits on the board. What does she know about electricity? What participation?
You didn't say that again. You were coming in broken when you, yes, you didn't say that again. The outgoing Minister of Finance,
the outgoing Minister of Finance and Economic Planning sits on the board of directors of the LEC. So what is her contribution on? Yeah, she sits there.
That is a statutory position.
Of who? The sister. So
oh no, not the sister, but I thought it is the minister.
The sister of the Minister of Finance and Economic Planning sits on the board of directors of LEC. Pick up the phone and call there. That's not slander. That's a fact. That's a fact. So when you've got people, like you said last, who have no understanding of this industry, so critical for the state of this nation. Look at the title of your show, The State of the Nation. That's why this nation is in the state that it is in. The state that we're in is a direct result of the people who we have leading this critical, vital institution. So that needs to change. You've got to get people on the board so that they can steer the MD, steer the chairman of the board, steer the CEO in the direction where we change the state of this nation to one of progress, development, job creation, attracting foreign investment, so that we can ultimately be a bright and shining star in the Minor River Union and ECOWAS and across the African Union.
Okay, so we are transitioning now to this acronym APU, 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 in transmission, electrification. What does it mean? APU.
So it's ARPU. Average revenue per user. So you can go to Google, you can put it in average revenue per user. So this is what service companies that are in the water business, mobile broadband, internet, mobile cell phone companies, this is what they use to calculate their revenue based on their subscribers.
So it is this formula that we use to derive at the millions of dollars being.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So you can even if you go, so if you pick up the phone and you call the guys at MTN Lone Star and you ask them that question, what is your APU? They'll tell you just like that. They'll say our APU is this, and then you multiply that by the number of subscribers, then you get the value of the network infrastructure. So when the guy goes to sell the company, he knows what the APU is, and he can then try to figure out how to grow the APU. When you increase your APU, you increase the value of the company. That's why you build your grid, you build your distribution, you connect more customers so that your APU increases, because your number of customers also increase. That will give you more revenue to buy more transport capacity so that you can continue creating jobs, supporting the industrial sector, the private sector, and different aspects of government. That's how it works.
Okay.
That's how it works.
All right.
So energy is a business. Energy is a business.
It's 15 minutes up to 5 o'clock, signing off time. 10 minutes. We take 10 minutes. Let's say 7 minutes to hear from the public. They themselves want to participate, and they can't wait. Electricity, man. Imagine. The last time we were sitting, we checked up to what? 21 waterfalls across the country, and Akina says we have abundance of electricity, yet we're in darkness. I can still fathom why the cables transmitting power to Pearl River passes over Burrowville, and Burrowville does not have power.
That's exactly
right. I still can't fathom the CLSG cable. Taking electricity from Mount Coffee straight into Sierra Leone, passes over the communities in Swameka, and there's no one cable dropping to give electricity. But
that's exactly right.
when the transmission corridor is bushed up, they come in the community and recruit the people to go and brunch.
That's exactly right.
Yes, they tell them nobody should lay against that pole. It has tension. But they don't benefit, but they're the one with clean. What kind of people are we, my people?
Chris,
before we open the lines, I flew from here to Yamoussoukro. There is no one Ivorian village that we flew over, I didn't see light bulbs on.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
There's not one village I flew over and saw place dark when their heart rate is on. Here, Monrovia of all Monrovia, we're not even supplying the entire Monrovia.
It's incompetence, lack of understanding, lack of knowledge. Simply put, there's no other way to explain this thing. Like I said, if it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, if it swims like a duck, let us
know. It's a duck. Incompetence. 07751.
Incompetence. I mean, just lack of knowledge, and that's all it is.
077514442. We have to find means to bring money Captain here. 07751444278.
I wish you all the luck. I'll keep you in prayer.
1 minute per caller because of time factor. This caller is on. Hello. Let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, Mr. Matthew, thank you for letting us do it. These are the aspects of this topic. Simple analysis on it. You don't know any general form that entity and the country yet to benefit. It's a shame. That to come back to this country to help this system.
But that is what this man doesn't want to hear, to come back.
Well,
thank you. Let me take the next caller. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, I just got a communication just now. You know, everything is very good. We know that. But we are not benefiting from the company we are because we're sitting there every day and that. So I will probably be all what is missing. As I'm speaking now, I lose my 2 meters last time. For my community.
Okay.
How will everything be like? We're sitting in a meter, how will quarantine everything?
But calling out a kind in a meter first. And if it is coming in a meter, then how you will even get it?
You are happy my meter, but it's still a last name too.
Sorry about that. Let me take the next caller. But now, sorry. Yeah, that's caller.
Okay.
Yes. Let's hear you quickly.
Let me say a pleasant I joined the discussion for Israel 4, and then to Motion, I'm going into senior. Okay, this issue of LEC, I think LEC is one government entity that is really involved with the issue of generating funds for the government. But I think our government over the years have been overlooking this LEC. They are putting attention to LEC. Because while you Uncle Chris, there are people who are purchasing current on a daily basis. And that alone can generate funding for the government. So I guess to ask your guest and ask him, what are those strategies he thinks that the good government and the incoming government can employ to ensure we have a stabilized current wherein LEC will be able to generate funding for the incoming government? What are those strategies that he thinks he can put in place to actually stabilize the LEC?
Thank you. Thank you. He's taking note. Let me take the next caller. Hello. Yes, Melvin, let's hear you.
I think Mr. Phillips really knows what he's talking about. I think I spoke on your last program with him. What I want to say is, if you have an individual in that administration and doesn't know what he or she is doing about electricity, how it's going around, it's almost like having a cab driver that you took from a taxi cab and sat him in a airplane and asked him to he's not going to have this money idea what he's doing there. You know, you're probably going to throw figures around here and there, but who benefits? Look at it, theft in Liberia. It is so bad that even LTC is complaining. So I don't know how it goes. These people who buy the meters and getting stolen is a clear indication that these people don't even know what they're doing.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me take the next one. Hello.
Yeah, hello, Chris.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. Let's hear you. What's your name?
Yeah.
Baby, let's hear you.
I'm calling you from Africa. The problem here is that, Chris, the people do not appoint technicians, engineers in these positions, but rather administrators. You cannot appoint an administrator to such technical area as LEC. It's purely engineering. It's purely engineering.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me take the next caller. Thank you. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, let's hear you. You are second to the last caller.
Yeah, but this is not what I'm going to do. My prayer right now is let me to Akina be able to come and help us in this country.
You were appointed that you get hold on. Hold on, you get an appointed power, you inviting him to come?
No, I don't have the appointed power, but I pray and hope that you will be at level and really and I will help us. It is the only thing I was speaking last time people and that from the American is taking to read money the police area. So my prayer is I pray that he will be willing to come and help us to find a solution to this whole electrical problem because Nigeria is too old, we're too big to be like this, continue taking the little tight place what we eat. So I pray hard, let God help him to be able to come over to help us to read bomb and then open out his country so we alone like him up because we need darkness and make it not all in it only in this small life and we say we are developed. We are not yet developed.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, let's hear you. What's your name?
I'm Joe Smalley, one of the diaspora just coming in for our inauguration.
Jules, let's hear you.
I want to take off my hat off to our studio guests. But my question here is this: he just talked about statistics of 30,000 engineers. We have an educational system that is fraudulent. What is the quality of these engineers in the consulting in this place? Secondly, for the way forward, the subsidiary that through which we get this current, are we paying them?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, next caller. Before we take, yes, quickly, let's hear you.
Yeah, this is Douglas Fire calling from Cowell.
Yes, hear you.
Yeah. I want to know how you did my calculation when it comes to the bills treatment in LEC.
Okay, so go on LEC website.
Yeah, no, listen.
Hold on, my chief. Are you asking?
Yeah, I mean,
no, that's what we say. Average, on an average.
Okay, then another question is: then we have or more major rewards in the break. So just the way one simple reward every night. Then but we reward for God, Kabbalah reward, all the rewards that in the we all have your own.
Thank you.
The simple reward.
Exactly. Thank you. We take the last one. This is the last caller. You are the last caller. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm talking about Cyril.
Sorry?
Cyril and Nasser.
Oh, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. Let's hear you.
Yeah. So, yes, I think one of the things that LEC needs to do is to set up a community wash team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not wanting to leave New Jersey, and Hassan Kebu was a public information officer. Wanting to be home, I will particularly arresting people when I see people on the pole as you show me identity.
Okay.
You don't show me, I tell you to get down. And what I help to reduce theft in a New Jersey, my community I was living in, the need to do such things to help reduce the theft.
Is this Cyril?
In this country.
Cyril?
Yes.
Cyril Gallo?
Yes.
Not easy. Cyril call on radio today. Not easy.
Right now, vacation, I ain't no current.
No current, man.
No electricity or due to theft. Poor management, you call the LEC people. I mean, they need system in the community to help control theft. LEC can be everywhere, but instead of good community structures,
okay.
To report the theft and will minimize, and they will not have the kind of issue. Because the same thing here, the African Development Bill, there are big chaos. We're supposed to have water in a water clinic to go with Europe, but guess what? President, we have to all the brought here one even sister, the number regional water they connected few homes.
Mm-hmm.
Since then at the end of it, I just bought the second way in my yard, spending almost $2,000. For going ahead and say you earn so much small money, you spend on services that are supposed to be provided to you for a minimum amount. That the chaos we learned that USTC, they want water and sewer, and renting the water toll, they pay on a monthly basis. Why African Development Bank was such a huge facility so that we can have safe drinking water, living waterborne diseases, we can have access to it. Community people willing to pay. And where we live to get water is difficult. So these are some of the poor management system that people need to get rid of, improve services. I have been LeBron people giving people 110. So if Ambassador Barker, President-elect, don't function and improve some of these public services, you will get here 110 will bring another person in to be until we can get there.
Thank you, Cyril Gallo. Yes, my friend Cyril is out and is on the radio complaining and making opposition. Akina, let me tell you my own story. I burn 2 gallons of gasoline every night. But guess what? We have to purchase a gallon, $890 for one, $850 for one, put it in the generator, and wait up to 10 o'clock. That means you will wait outside until 10 o'clock, or you use flashlight 10 o'clock, because it is hoped that the 2 gallon will carry you from 10 all the way to 5 in the morning. 2 gallon to 5. For me, it takes me from 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the morning. And the security is giving mandate 1 minute after 6. If it is 1 minute after 6, that means you cut the generator out sharp 6. 1 minute after 6, I get problem with you. That means when day breaks, Chief, when it gets in the evening hours, the thing that comes to my mind is, how do I get 2 gallons to keep the lights burning? And then I see the wire passing over me, going to Pearl River. Pearl River is just like 5 minutes drive from me.
Yeah. It's
unbearable. It's unbearable.
There's a lot into this whole thing. Like I said earlier, you mentioned the diesel fuel or gasoline you have to buy for your Tiger generator. Just multiply that by how many people across the country in areas that don't have electricity. So what that means is that Liberians are already spending the money for electricity, but they're not spending the money with LEC. You get my point. So that's why when you make the proper investments, participate in creating the right relationships, the right business relationships that will give the investor a return on his investment through the private banking sector, to build a grid in Bomi, to build a grid in Cape Mount, to build a grid in Bapolu. Then all of those meters in that area, the banker who has made his investment will then get his return on investment. The subscriber base for LEC will increase. The ARPU will also increase. And at the same time, government revenue through VAT or through whatever tax means from people who recharge their meters will also increase. Job creation in that area, in those 3 counties, will greatly increase. Foreign investment in those areas will also increase. Natural resources in those areas will now be able to be exploited and then be industrialized. Timber resources can now have value added, the agricultural sector, simply because the grid has now been built. But again, until you have proper leadership who understand this, then we will be in the abundance of this electricity and just residing, staying, living, dwelling, and trying to do things walking in the dark. And that's why, I'm passionate about this thing. I really am, because the future of this country, the future of so many young people in this country, hangs in the balance. It depends on electricity. So the caller talked about the education system in the country.
Yes.
How do you think the education system in this country is going to be enhanced, improved, built upon, to be lifted? How do you think the new technologies for teaching, for distance learning, how do you think all of those things work in the absence of electricity? No, it cannot work without electricity. That's why it is so critical. It is so vital. It is so important that the incoming leadership takes this as agenda item number one, because until you get this, the only way to get this economy going is with stable electricity. The only way to get the diaspora back here is electricity. The only way to attract foreign investment is electricity. The auditors he's talking about, the President Boyka, right? President-elect Boyka. Okay. He said he's going to put this, the auditing on international tender. All of the laptops and everything, the auditors will come off the SM Brussels flight. Okay, they'll chatter a whole flight, no problem. 300 people coming off the plane with laptops. How you think they're going to work? How do you think they're going to work? Solar panels? No, they're going to have to work with electricity. So if you don't get the electricity right, then how you think the auditors are going to get their work done? What kind of report? So in the middle of printing, the power is going to go out, and old man Johnson going to run down to the building to go and to put the generator on after he have already sold half of the fuel in the tank. No, this thing is not going to work without competent, knowledgeable leadership leading the LEC in 3 separate capacities, 3 separate persons with check and balance, and a board of directors who are people who understand the energy business and the business of energy to move this country forward. That's the only way.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. $10 every night, 2 gallon times 7. That's 70. 70 times 4. That's 4 weeks. $240 per week times 12 or per month, sorry, times 12. I am paying $2,880 every year on gasoline for electricity. That's just for power.
Yeah. And that's just for comfort. For comfort.
Yes, for comfort.
You're not producing anything. That's just for comfort.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Comfort and security. Nothing.
Yeah. So now imagine what the guy who has a drinking spot, an entertainment center, is spending to run his freezers, to run his sound, his music, his lighting at his place. Imagine what he's spent. Then he has to pay salaries, and he has to make profit on the drinks he buys. So just factor this in. It's killing the Liberian industries. It's killing them. So you need a leadership that understands how each of these things are connected and how they affect the overall population gives us the state of the nation.
Yes, but as we close, almost all the top management, all the members of the top management, they're all connected on our tension line.
There you go.
They don't go off.
No.
So who cares about those crying that they have their meters, no current or meters?
It's the mindset. Yeah.
Yes.
It's the mindset. It's the mindset. It's the mindset, Chris. It's the mindset. So you've got people who, again, if it walks like a duck, quack like a duck, swing like a duck, it's a duck. So you've got these people in these managerial roles, leadership roles, who have a complete disconnection between what is good for them and what is good for the public, who are leading this thing and creating the state of the nation as it is today, sitting in the abundance of electricity, but the nation is dark, and have the galls to what? To send out a load shedding report, and they're connected to Transco that has abundance 24/7, 365 power. And because they can do that, why? Because no one's going to question them, because nobody has the understanding to question them, to say, why is this happening? That's why they do it. It's the arrogance of it. It's the arrogance of it.
Thank you very much. It's 5 minutes after 5 o'clock. I'm so stressed up right now when I talk about this electricity issue. So let me just play something before we sign off. That usually de-stresses me. This one.
Make them, or there's someone that just opportunity to get into the position, or not to say because they make it so top grade or they make to do that easy leader. No. Different. You can manage affair, but to lead people, to move people in the community, there are few people. Not everybody get a kind of for characteristics. No, that kind of charisma, like people carry rust.
Charisma. The charisma, right?
Charisma. This guy funny also. I should play again.
No, it's okay. My wife's grandmother used to always have a say. She said, English hard. English very hard. They got a gribble way of saying it. She said, English hard. English very hard. Charisma, yeah. He should have chosen other words to add them together to define charisma. That's the easiest way to do it.
Okay, that's how I
tried.
go home on this
He
edition
tried.
of State of the Nation. Yes, yes,
He tried.
yes.
He tried. He tried. He tried. He tried 4 times. He couldn't make it. So he said, "Let's just move on." I think you got the. I think you got the point. There you go.
Yeah, so at least the message went through.
The message went through. Received loud and clear.
Thank you so much for the time. Yes, this was so close, and we made it. Thank you so much.
Ring, and when this happens, when we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, we will be able to speed up that day.